Because I was being picked on, Your Honor. I was being picked on by all the peers. I was being stolen. My stuff was getting torn up. I told staff numerous times. I told directors numerous times.
Okay, time out. One, you need to slow down.
Sorry.
Two, speak so that the court reporter can hear you, okay?
Slow down.
Christopher Collins. All right, court is calling 2021 CR 8348W, State of Texas versus Christopher Lee Collins. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
Defense?
Scott Bill?
And are you Mr. Collins?
Yes, ma'am. It's me.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. I sure do.
Are you the same Christopher Lee Collins who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 8348W for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on September 15, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am. Sure is.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 16E on or about the first day of November 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Christopher Lee Collins, did then appear fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department's duly diagnosed residential facility, and that the defendant was unsuccessfully discharged from DDRF due to excessive violations in violation of condition number 16E.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to that violation, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 16E?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 16E true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that you adjudicate and find him guilty and revoke his probation and sentence him to 2 years in TDC.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Judge. I'd like the court to, he's got 386 actual days credit, but he also has an additional 77 days of treatment credit. I'd like the court to consider giving him credit for those days in treatment, 77 days.
All right, but he didn't successfully complete treatment. So why should I give him the 77 days?
Judge, he has an explanation for that.
Okay.
It's his claim that he was mistreated by the staff and he was being mistreated. He said he tried to make several complaints to the superiors, the staff superiors, and he understands that when that didn't happen in his favor, he lashed out and he understands that was his fault. But he did try to make complaints about how he was treated. And that's and it was using bad language is what subsequently got him kicked out.
Okay. So why is he using bad language?
That's how he was. Like I said earlier, Judge, he was using bad language. He should not have been doing that, but that's how he kind of retaliated in the fact that the staff was not treating him fairly, in his opinion.
All right, because this says that there were excessive violations. So when it says excessive, I'm assuming that it was more than one violation.
It was horrible, Your Honor. It really was. I was being picked on. Staff was listing
Let me have you raise your right hand. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You need to say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am. I sure do.
All right, state your name for the record.
Christopher Lee Collins.
All right, so why do you have excessive violations?
Because I was being picked on, Your Honor. I was being picked on by all the peers. I was being stolen. My stuff was getting torn up. I told staff numerous times. I told directors numerous times.
Okay, time out. One, you need to slow down.
Sorry.
Two, speak so that the court reporter can hear you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about this. Look,
That's okay.
Your Honor, I was being picked on by all the peers there. My stuff was getting tampered with. My stuff was getting stolen. I told the staff this, staff was not looking, they have all those cameras inside the unit for what I don't even know. Okay, they said it's for our safety, but none of the cameras were being looked at. Okay, I had a puzzle book out. I was in isolation one day. I had a puzzle book out. It got torn up. Okay, I told the staff this. The director's supposed to look at it. The director's going to do their job. But
You're still talking too fast.
sorry.
Let's make Brenda's job easy today. She has to write down everything that you're saying.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Ma'am, I was being picked on. I was being ridiculed by residents. I told the directors this. I told staff this. And staff was not paying me no mind.
All right, so have both parties read this violation report?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Collins?
Your Honor.
No. Mr. Collins, let me just tell you what I'm reading here in the violation report. It says the probationer has been observed to struggle with combative behavior and verbal aggression, i.e. excessive profanity and racial comments towards peers and staff. The probationer has acquired several infractions for using inappropriate language towards staff and peers. In an effort to implement progressive sanctions, periods of restriction have been implemented, however, without success, as the probationer continues to find self in situations where challenging and verbally aggressive behavior is displayed. In addition to verbal aggression, the probationer has been addressed for continued pro-drug talk, as the probationer reports a continued desire to use marijuana upon treatment release. The probationer has been observed to display continued resistance in his program, reporting the legal system is flawed and stupid. The probationer has continued to make efforts to dictate how he feels his treatment should be and argues with staff when instructed otherwise. The treatment staff has also expressed having to continually ask the probationer to avoid referring to staff and peers as morons. So that's your issues. So I am not going to give you credit for your 75 days of treatment because you have not been successful at it. You have not tried to be successful at it. And it appears that you've made everyone's job at this program extremely difficult. What I can tell you is this program, there is a waiting list of 32 to 42 weeks. And guess what? You took up somebody else's space who could be there. And you did not try based upon this.
Remember, I have tried. I did the bookwork. I did everything I was supposed to. I went to classes. I did try.
No, trying is not expressing the fact that you think marijuana is great. Trying is not using profanity towards people. Trying is not using racial comments towards people. Trying is not being aggressive. Do you understand? Now, what I can tell you is I don't have to follow the agreements you've reached between the state and your attorney, because your contract is not with your attorney. It's not with the state. It's with the court. So I can sentence you up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? So I am not giving you credit for the 77 days because you did not successfully complete it. I'm going to follow your agreement. Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. Find you guilty. And there's still to be no contact with Ernesto's Auto Sales and Rogelio Sosa. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I sure did.
Right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, You do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Collins, you're going to have to start treating people with respect. I don't think you want anyone using profanity towards you or at you. And everyone has a job to do. I have a job. Your attorney has a job. The state, the court reporter. Try to make everyone's job easier. You understand? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Robert Anthony Beltran?
I am, Judge.
Thank you.